Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome back to the Undertale playthrough. We have officially finished our first official blind playthrough, and now that we have, I've done a little bit of research in between that last playthrough and this playthrough. Kind of got a feel for some of the secrets of the game, kind of figured out all the possible conditions that you need to fulfill to actually get one of the other important endings of the game. And just kind of debriefed myself, I guess you could say, based on other stuff that I would like to show to you guys. So a few quick things is, yeah, there are three main playthroughs of Undertale. There's the neutral playthrough, which is pretty much what I did, which consists of just kind of killing stuff, saving stuff, but not being like one extreme or the other. And there's a whole bunch of different neutral endings as well, depending on how you reacted to some of the different bosses, the major bosses of the game. But for the most part, the basic neutral playthrough is the same regardless. You just kind of go through the game and just things kind of happen at the very end, depending on what you've done with all the major bosses. So I don't really feel like showing you all of those endings. There's definitely a lot of websites and a lot of guides out there that kind of show you all the possible endings and the scripts for all the different endings. Maybe at the end of the playthrough I can actually pinpoint you guys to a place where you can look at all those if you're interested. But there are the two other playthroughs, which are the Pacifist playthroughs and the Genocide playthroughs. Now, I've been debating for a while how to handle these playthroughs, and I think what I determined to do was I am going to be playing through the entire game again. I am going to be recording the entire game again, but since we have seen a lot of the dialogue, there will be a lot of kind of skipping around and skipping through text boxes, which I think will speed the process up a lot. So I don't think this playthrough will be as long as the other ones, like not even close. Like a very, very small fraction in terms of length. But I am going to go with the Pacifist route first. From what I hear, the Pacifist route is actually the best route because it's kind of the route that opens up a lot of different side quests and side events and side scenes and stuff. So I'm actually kind of intrigued. I'm actually really interested in seeing what this is going to be about. So yeah, that's going to be my goal for this. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Just remember, I'm just going to be trying to go through the game as fast as I can. I'm going to be skipping a lot of dialogue unless it's new dialogue altogether. And there's a possibility that I might still miss some things. Just try not to freak out in the video comments section. I will try to address as much as possible, but I never intended for this to be a 100% playthrough. I just kind of wanted to show the big basics of all the different endings. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the game pretty much starts as it normally would. You wake up in the flower garden in the ruins, and you just kind of move along. Now, you won't actually get to talk to Flowey in this playthrough, if you've already beaten the game anyway. I suppose it's also worth mentioning that it's kind of an interesting thing, where you can actually get the Pacifist routes and the Genocide routes on a first playthrough. I think. You can definitely get the Pacifist route on a first playthrough. But you have to kind of do it in a very roundabout and kind of a strange way. Where if you go for a Pacifist route from the very beginning, you kind of have to go for the neutral ending first without killing everything, and then reload a save that will basically take you back to before the neutral ending, and then you can fulfill some of the other Pacifist requirements, something of that nature. It's I don't completely understand it because again I just I just played this. This is a blind playthrough still for the most part. I'm just kind of doing my thing and trying not to trying not to mess it up basically. But there are a number of requirements that you need to fulfill in the process of the Pacifist playthrough. And the first and most important one is, obviously, don't kill anything. Literally, you can't get a single experience point. If you do, then you immediately abort the Pacifist run, and then you are on the neutral path. So that's pretty much how this game, or rather this playthrough, is going to work, at least in terms of how I see it moving forward anyway. But yeah, for the most part, like, I mean, you've seen everything here. You know all the puzzles. You should know all the solutions and stuff of that nature. So it should be relatively easy to actually get through the game. Because, yeah, we're already at this part, and I feel like in my initial playthrough, we were probably, like, almost done with the first video by this point. So, yeah, you'd be surprised how fast you can get through the game. Just you know, just by kind of speedrunning the game. I can see this definitely being a really good speedrun game. In fact, I think there is, like, a speedrun community that's very dedicated to Undertale. Although that's not really surprising considering how freaking big Undertale actually is. Let me just say, this game is very, very popular. Also, I don't care. I'm going to take candy. Taking all the candy does not make you a bad person. It doesn't ruin the Pacifist run or anything. It's healing items. And there's nothing wrong with having healing items, at least in my opinion. So yeah, just, again, make sure that you spare everything. Don't kill a single thing. And you should be fine. That's pretty much all you have to do for a Pacifist playthrough. And I'll try to remind you guys of all the different conditions for sparing enemies. So I will, I guess, kind of reiterate those as we kind of go through here. Okay, so we'll push the rocks. Okay, Whimsum. I think Whimsum you can just spare automatically. Okay. Oh boy, we have this room. Let's see if I can actually remember this. Damn it! Oh, okay, I hit this. Okay, I wasn't over I wasn't over far enough. Now, the kind of lame thing about some of these enemies is that they don't give you any gold, so we're gonna be hard pressed for items. I feel like, at least during the early parts of this playthrough. That may change. That may change the further we get into the game, for sure. Okay, Mold Small. Oh, yeah, Mold Small. We can already spare you, too. I feel like if you've, like, done this game for the first time, a lot of the enemies, if you spared them to begin with, they already, like, still feel like you're a good person, so they try not to do anything to you, but I don't really know for sure. It's hard to say, really. Again, I have definitely gotten experience with this game, but I'm still not 100% sure how exactly it works. There's definitely a lot of different, levels to this game, I guess you could say. I was honestly kind of surprised going back to this, and like, or not going back to this, but kind of like reading up on this game and kind of seeing like how structured this game is, and it really, really did surprise me, like, just how much there is to this game. It's a relatively simple game, and I'm already making some huge progress just by rushing through it. But yeah, there's like a lot of levels to this game, and I think that makes it even better. So first we have for the first mini-boss, we have Napstablook. For Napstablook, you just have to cheer a few times, and then you're good to go. Not a very hard boss. In fact, I think we just have to cheer one more time and it's already taken care of. Yeah, I do like it. It's a good look for you. It's a good look. Okay, so thank you for getting out of my way. And the spider bake sale is actually down there. I'll take a look at that in a little bit. I need to actually run into some enemies first, because I don't think I have enough money to actually purchase something at the bake sale yet. Maybe after this fight? Probably. Okay, let's spare you. I feel like for this guy... Oh, I can already spare him. That's still not enough, though. Okay, so, little secret with this guy right here. Ribbit, Ribbit, I have heard you are quite merciful for a human. Surely you know by now, a monster wears a yellow name when you can spare it. It's bad. Really? Then I'll tell all of my friends to tell their friends' friends. Never use yellow names. How about that? So we're going to say no more yellow names. But if you actually talk to this guy again, how are you doing without yellow names? Bring him back. Huh, it's rather inconvenient that you changed your mind like this. Since I told everyone not to use yellow names, everyone's threw theirs out. Well, last year it was fashionable to have pink names. I think everyone still has those in their closets somewhere. I'll ask everyone to look, but this is the last time. So yeah, now instead of yellow, we'll get the pink names, which I think is kind of funny. But yeah, let's keep walking, because I really... Okay, this is actually going to be a good place, because we can fight the Vegetoids. And I can briefly talk about their... basically, the way you can spare these guys is you can hit them once and devour them, or you can just say dinner right off the bat. You have to make sure you grab the green vegetable, though. And there, you can spare them. And I think with that, we can actually... Yeah, we can. So I'm going to go back and get that. Here we have the Lukes. Don't pick on. Ouch. And then we can spare them. So it really does become a science once you kind of figure out, like, all of the ways you can spare all the different types of enemies. So I wanted to very quickly buy something from the bake sale here. This is an item I'm going to try to keep for a very long time, and I'm not going to use it until a very specific time. You can probably guess what that time's going to be, but let's just say it makes a certain part of the game so much easier. And I almost wish I would have known that, as opposed to doing what I actually did in the playthrough. But, you know, that's just the part of this game. Like, I wasn't supposed to know that. So I think it honestly made, like, that part of the game more memorable and just better in general because I didn't know that. It was me trying to basically figure it out for myself, and I think that's what's great about blind playthroughs, is that people can do that. It gives the game, like, longevity, I guess you could say. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fight this Vegetoid down here, just so I can get some more gold. Enemies will start to give you, like, a lot of gold later on, so... For now, it'll seem like not worth it too much, but it'll definitely improve. Okay, so now we have this puzzle. After we not pick on this guy. There we go. Now, I don't always remember. I think we want to go to this one first. Okay. This fight is actually pretty nice, just because I don't have to do anything. Okay, next we need red switch. Now we need the yellow switch, which I believe is this one. Ugh! Damn it, Lukes. Okay, and with that, I think we're actually done with this first section. Let me go ahead and grab this. Now, weapons themselves are not really going to be that useful because I'm not trying to kill anything. But, well, that's the thing, though, is that... Okay, no, I am going to use the toy knife for right now, because there is actually a secret I want to show with the stick a little later on. But yeah, like, basically, if you're doing a pacifist playthrough, the best thing you can use weapons for is basically for selling, so you can get gold, so you can buy better items, healing items, and defensive items. The only attacking item that'll actually be good is that one that actually increases the invincibility frames. We kind of saw that a little bit in the last playthrough. So that weapon will actually be pretty good because it actually does stuff with defense. But yeah, we'll take a look at that a little later. Also, a little secret about this pie. If you actually keep the pie to the very end of the game, it's not going to be applicable in this playthrough because I don't think we actually will get to fight him or anything. But if you actually use that pie in the Asgore fight, Asgore will actually get weakened and he won't do as much damage to you. So that is one kind of cool aspect about that item. I just kind of like that, like, even early game items have like a practical use in the game, which is kind of cool. Okay, so we want to go ahead and exit the ruins. Come on. Okay. And I am going to go ahead and save right here just because I'm not entirely confident in fighting Toriel, in terms of defense anyway. Because I did actually die to her in my first playthrough, if you guys remember, so we're going to need to be kind of careful here. But yeah, this is probably where I'm going to slow things down a little bit because this is actually something we haven't seen yet. We have not actually, we did not spare Toriel in the first playthrough, so now we actually get to do it. So I pretty much researched the conditions, and my mistake was that I didn't spare enough. I did spare a few times, but over time, if you keep doing it, at some point it will actually work. So I guess my issue was that I pretty much stopped short. I should have been doing this for longer, basically. So it's my own fault that I killed Toriel, but again, like, the dialogue was even saying, like, talking won't do anything, so that's just kind of, that just kind of confused me and made me mess up even more, so. Okay. So yeah, now she's actually saying, like, what are you proving right now by doing this? And it's actually kind of funny, if you, she will actually try to, like, start avoiding you if, like, you get too low on health. Not right now, obviously, because we're not entirely low. We're low, but we're not, like, super low or anything. But you can kind of see it a little bit. Like, the fires don't seem to, like, bounce towards me as much. And, like, she stops early, like, as soon as you get hit. Yeah, see, like, they're going away from me. The attacks are missing me completely. I know you want to go home, but okay, I think we pretty much got this. So yeah, we just want to keep on sparing. And it's also worth mentioning that when the bosses kind of get in this mindset where they're kind of like, yeah, we're gonna spare each other. If you actually attack, you will kill them automatically, so keep that in mind. If, like, you want an easy kill on genocide, but since we're not doing that, we're obviously not going to do that. Okay, so if you truly wish to leave the ruins, I will not stop you. However, when you leave, please do not come back. I hope you understand. Aww. You love a good hug. Goodbye, my child. So yeah, there's the, I guess you could call it the first step, is we spared Toriel. Although, I guess you could say the first real step is just, like, not kill anything. Because that's pretty much the condition you have from the very beginning of the playthrough to the very end. But still, like, in terms of the major bosses, like, we're done with the ruins now. The ruins are basically done. And that means we will now move on to the Snowdin part of the playthrough. And yep, once again, we don't have the scene with Flowey. Yeah, I think that after that first playthrough, if you restart, you're not going to have the Flowey conversation anymore. Okay, so now we are in the area of Snowdin. There's not really a whole lot to say, because again, like, we've been through all this, and the basic premise of the playthrough is not going to change much. Where it's literally just, we're just going to play through the game, get from area to area, and along the way we'll have some silliness, we'll have some fun, just stuff of that nature. And yeah, that's pretty much Undertale in a nutshell, I guess you could say. Okay, human. And yeah, a lot of the like scenes and dialogue gets abridged too, because like normally he says something like, "Hey, want to give a handshake to your old pal?" But then he just gives you the hand right away, and you're like, "No, okay, well I'm gonna do this." It's almost like the game is self-aware that you've played it before, which I think is kind of interesting. And here we go, meet our good friend Papyrus. Listen to more of San's very amazing puns. Okay. Let me go ahead, save here. Still at level 1, still haven't killed anything. I think we're doing pretty good work so far. So one thing I'm going to do here is I am going to put the spider donut away. And probably the butterscotch pie too. I want to keep the stick for a reason. And we will technically be seeing that reason very shortly. Okay, so there will be some differences in dialogue, I think, just kind of depending on enemies you've killed, or in this case, not killed. But again, it's not a very big change, I guess you could say. So that's why I'm not really worrying about it too much. Again, I'll try to show as much as possible, but if it's such a small variation, it's just like, what's the point? Okay, so for the Snowdrake, I'm not 100% on what you're supposed to do here. I think you just want to keep heckling him until he leaves the battle. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, even though that seemed like a mean thing to do, like, it's fine. Okay, it's time to show off that trick I was talking about with the stick. These guys are dogs, as you know, and dogs, they can't pass up a good game of fetch. And yeah, pretty much once you do that, like, you've spared them. Very easy way for all of the dog mini-bosses. So I'll probably be doing that as I go through this. I think I'm going to ignore this. Actually, wait. Before I do. What's up here again? Oh yeah, the snowman piece. I'll go ahead and take one. But unlike the snowman piece from the first playthrough, I'm not going to keep it to the end of the game. Because I think it's a pretty decent healing item, so, you know, I should keep it, honestly. Okay. I'm actually going to try something right here. Because, yeah, basically, normally you'd solve this puzzle by following Papyrus's footsteps, but... Okay, no, you can't do that. Well, you don't really get hurt, though, so I guess that's one thing. I thought it would be funny, though, if you could just, like, kind of walk around the puzzle field, I guess. Also, the Nice Cream guy, I'm not going to buy any Nice Cream because I have plenty of healing items right now. But one thing worth mentioning is that if you want to buy Nice Cream, this is the best place to do it because I think he increases his prices for later areas, so just keep that in mind, I guess. Also, I think you get like different dialogue boxes depending on how you do this puzzle right here. Because I did that pretty fast. Blue, hopping and twirling your original style pulled you through. You are awarded 2 gold. And you get some gold values. I don't think it's very much, but still. It's something, I guess. Okay, so here we go. Kids word search. Okay. Which is harder? I said crossword before, but let's do jumble. Haha, yes, humans must be very intelligent, if they also find Junior Jumble so difficult. Nya nya. Oh god, I love those two. Those two honestly probably are my favorite characters in this game. I love the skeletons. They're just funny. They're great characters to have around. You just can't hate them, honestly. Oh, okay, lesser dog. Yeah, let's just do this again. Actually, you know what? Okay, no, hold on. Right, right. I guess I'll show this up a little bit. But yeah, if you keep petting the lesser dog... its head will get longer and longer. Overstimulated. You have to jump up to pet the dog. You don't even pet it. Okay, one more time. There's no way to stop this madness. Okay, let's spare him. Oh, his head went back to normal. Damn it. I kind of wanted his head to remain like that. And on the subject of doggos, we now have the Dogami and Doggeressa fight. So we're just going to throw the stick, get them excited, and pretty much end the fight yet again. Pretty easy 40 gold to get, honestly.